Fish, chips and mushy peas. There's nothing more British than fish and chips. Freshly cooked, piping hot fish and chips, smothered in salt and sauced with vinegar, wrapped in newspaper and eaten out of doors on a cold and wintry day. It simply cannot be beaten. So how, when and where did this quintessentially British dish come about? Both Lancashire and London stake a claim to being the first to invent this famous meal. Chips were a cheap, staple food of the industrial north, whilst fried fish was introduced in London's East End. The populace soon decided that putting fried fish and chips together was a very tasty combination, and so was born the national dish of fish and chips. The first fish and chip shop in the north of England is thought to have opened in Mosley near Oldham, Lancashire around 1863. Mr. Lee sold fish and chips from a wooden hut in the market, and later he transferred the business to a permanent shop across the road which had the following inscription in the window: "This is the first fish and chip shop in the world." However, in London it is said that Joseph Mellin opened a fish and chip shop in Cleveland Street within the sound of Bow Bells in 1860. These Britons, always moaning. Fish and chip shops were originally small family businesses, often run from the front room of the house, and were commonplace by the late 19th century. Furthermore, the fish and chip shop was valuable in supplementing the family's weekly diet in the Second World War, as fish and chips were among the few foods to be rationed. Queues were often hours long when the word went around that the chip shop had fish. So are fish and chips any good for us nutritionally? Fish and chips are a variable source of protein, fiber, iron and vitamins, providing a third of the recommended daily allowance of vitamins for men and nearly half for women. Magnus Pyke cites it as an example of a traditional dish once jeered at by food snobs and even censored by health food devotees, but now fully appreciated as a nutritious combination. In 1999, the British consumed nearly 300 million servings of fish and chips. That equates to 6 servings for every man, woman and child in the country. There are now around 8,500 fish and chip shops across the UK. That's 8 for every 1 McDonald's outlet, making British fish and chips the nation's favorite takeaway.